because our relatives sometimes do not know how to act. The fire department is now here to shut us down.
My entire For You page is filled with people speaking about how our graduation getting shut down. And I'm going to speak on it because that was my graduation. And I'm still mad about how things played out yesterday. The way I showed your ass was wrong. Howard does not deserve a pass. They don't get no excuses because if you guys are bragging about having the largest graduating size, the venue should have accommodated to that. However, there's no excuse for the way adults acted yesterday. We all knew it was first come, first served. If doors open at 5:30, you cannot come for 5 o'clock and expect to get in. The policy may need tweaking and it may be messed up, but that's just what it was.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We have to go out to Wakanda University. AKA Howard University, okay? And before anybody gets offended by that joke, me calling Howard Wakanda University, at least it's not Gaza University, which seems to be what most of these Ivy League institutions are, okay, including Duke University, who had a pro-Palestinian protest happen before Jerry Seinfeld gave his speech, in which he gave a lesson in privilege, basically arguing that, hey, privilege isn't such a bad thing, contrary to the woke belief that being privileged is not a positive thing or something to be proud of.
Jerry is also serving as our commencement speaker today. So, what's the big deal about our commencement speaker? Our commencement speaker. Aside from the fact that we're perhaps all wondering whether he's wearing a puffy shirt under this.
Privilege is a word that has taken quite a beating lately. Privilege today seems to be the worst thing you can have. I would like to take a moment to defend it. Again, a lot of you are thinking, I can't believe they invited this guy. Too late. I say, use your privilege. I grew up a Jewish boy from New York. That is a privilege if you want to be a comedian. Thanks. If I messed up a funny story around my relatives, they would go, that's not how you tell that joke. The prostitute has to be behind the drapes when the wife comes in. You went to Duke. That is an unbelievable privilege. I now have an honorary doctorate of humane letters degree from Duke University. And if I can figure out a way to use that, I will. I haven't figured anything out yet. I think it's pretty much as useful in real life as this outfit I'm wearing. But so what? I'll take it. My point is we're embarrassed about things we should be proud of and proud of things we should be embarrassed about. When I was writing my TV series, thanks. What a crowd.
Yeah, I think that Jerry Seinfeld is making a great point, especially about the fact that as a society, we are embarrassed about things we should be proud of and proud of things we should be embarrassed about, right? I mean, I'm just saying there's a bunch of examples of this that you can observe in internet culture, right? So with that being said, Howard University, okay, Wakanda University. Apparently, it is a privilege to be able to actually walk and to get through a graduation ceremony at one of these HBCUs because the students there at the nursing graduation were not able to do that after extremely poor planning from the administrators at the university in regards to the capacity of the venue and how they were going to allow people to come to the graduation ceremony to see their kids and loved ones graduate from the university, okay? Apparently, they did not have enough seating to seat everybody, and it was first come, first serve, and they didn't issue tickets to make sure that, hey, we're not going to be overcapacitated to the point where you're going to have people outside demanding to get in. And again, it ended up in a disaster. Again, it was so bad that essentially a riot kind of broke out, a protest broke out because people weren't able to get into the venue, and the graduation ceremony had to be shut down. And that left a lot of these people in tears, a lot of these students in tears because they were not able to walk. Okay, so I want to talk about this because, again, this is a story that's going viral that, again, is not a good look for the pro-black woke revolutionaries. But again, hey, at a lot of these other schools, you also have a lot of chaos too. So it is not just a black school thing. It's just that this is just really bad, okay? Because most of the disturbances are political, but this is just incompetence.
We've got a little bit of an emergency going on, y'all.
A celebration years in the making for these Howard University students coming to an abrupt ending Thursday as these graduates waited to walk across the stage at the Crampton Auditorium. Just outside of the lobby, dozens of loved ones locked out and some trying to push their way in after being told the building was at capacity.
Because of the size of the room and because our relatives sometimes do not know how to act, the fire department is now here to shut us down.
Administrators doing their best to let the grads get their special moment and grab their diplomas before they cleared the room, but the damage was done.
While they were doing the keynote speaker, there was loud banging. Even before that, for 10 minutes straight, just boom, 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 boom.
After this commotion, pictures showed the broken glass door left behind.
It's sad right now, low-key.
Oh, yeah.
It's sad.
I'm just heartbroken.
And dreams shattered for grads like Holly Ragunanan and her family, looking to make up for moments missed during the pandemic.
Glass started getting broken. One of my classmates' hands got cut. I didn't even get to walk. I graduated magna cum laude and I didn't even get to walk. I'm class 2020. I didn't get to walk for my high school graduation. I didn't get to walk for my college graduation.
It's not just...
Yeah, that's extremely unfortunate, right? Imagine, again, graduated high school doing COVID, not being able to walk, not being able to participate because the country was shut down, and then 4 years later, not being able to walk and participate in graduation because of your family members plus the hooligans getting out of control, right? Again, some people just don't know how to act in public, okay? They just don't know how to act in public. And when you have certain people from certain backgrounds, when they don't get their way, instead of understanding the situation and just accepting the situation for what it is, we can't do anything about it. We showed up too late, right? No, they just act out, right? They resort to violence, banging on the glass, breaking stuff, to the point where the fire department has to show up and shut the whole thing down, right? So you ruin it for everybody. You ruin it for the people that you were there for to support because you showed up late, right? And what I mean by late, they could have showed up early, but again, it's first come, first serve. And when it's first come, first serve, you better be there early, okay? I'm just saying, because when it comes to, black people and graduations and stuff like that, some of these people graduate with the most useless degrees, and they barely graduate, but they're inviting their whole family, right? They're inviting everybody, okay, to come see them graduate with their useless degree. And again, this is a nursing school, so this is not necessarily a useless degree. This is actually a degree that has some specialty to it. And most of these graduates will go on to be positive contributors to society in the healthcare field, and they'll make a decent amount of money. But regardless, my point is that they should have known better, right? The administration should have known better. They should have issued tickets, right? That or get a venue so big that you avoid this. Okay, when I was at UNC, the main graduation was on the football stadium, right? So you didn't get to walk across the stage or anything like that. We had to listen to CNN's Brooke Baldwin give the commencement speech, unfortunately. One of the worst speeches I ever heard in my life. I think everybody hated that. And then for my major, the department graduation was in some small building or whatever. But, that was more intimate, right? Where, you invited just a couple of friends and family. You don't invite everybody, okay, to some of these smaller ceremonies for this reason, okay? I don't remember this happening at UNC, even though I really don't remember my graduation all that much at all. Because quite honestly, it really wasn't that big of a deal to me. But, hey, I'm just saying. I don't remember this happening when I graduated in regards to people, having this issue. But then again, I went to the white man school, right? Which I got a lot of backlash for being black. Oh, you go to a PWI, a predominantly white institution. You sold us out by not going to A&T, not going to North Carolina Central or Winston-Salem State, one of these so-called black universities, right? So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like these students, I feel for them, but at the same time, you got to blame the administrators and blame your own family members because they shut it down and they ruined it for everybody, right? Ultimately, at the end of the day, you can't act the way these people acted just because you showed up late to the venue.
The grads who left the canceled commencement disappointed.
All the money we spent, my father and grandmother came down from North Carolina.
And while these grads try to salvage the celebration, not long after, DC Fire sang in a statement. DC Fire and EMS did not shut down tonight's event. At 6:42 p.m., we responded to the Crampton Auditorium for a medical call at the request of campus police. The patient was evaluated and refused transport, and DC Fire and EMS departed.
I'm confused why it got so crazy, how it got so quick, so bad, so fast.
And some of these graduates will get to walk this weekend. The university's main commencement ceremony is set for Saturday morning. At Howard University, Walter Morris, News 4.
Now, moments ago, Howard University responded to our request for a statement. The school said security removed someone from the building prior to the ceremony. That person returned and broke a window. The statement goes on to say this incident led to a disturbance among guests outside the facility, resulting in a disruption of the program. Guests in attendance were immediately dispersed following this incident. Howard says EMS treated one student for a cut. The school plans to give individual awards to students tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah, so again, unfortunate, but not really all that surprised. Again, this is the type of stuff that you get when you have these large gatherings of people like this, and it is unfortunate. But hey, this has been a crazy graduation season, right? You aren't the only individuals that had your graduation ruined. At least you didn't have your graduation ruined by far left protesters protesting on behalf of another country, right, in a conflict overseas. But yeah, I mean, this is getting out of control, right? What is happening in this country? Graduations are being canceled all over the place. Students who, hey, worked hard are not able to share that special moment or to have that special moment that they work hard for. But, then again, to me personally, I don't think it's really that big of a deal. I don't care that much about that type of stuff. But then again, I don't feel like I'm really a normal person. Okay, so, maybe it's just me, right? I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's not something I would have cried over. I would have been, okay, well, hey, I still got my degree. I'm about to go out into the real world. It is what it is, okay? There'll be other things to celebrate in life moving forward. But again, it still is kind of unfortunate. Hey, this is what happens when you invite the hood to the graduation ceremony, okay? You got to leave the hoodlums at the house, right? You got to tell Raekwon and Tyshawn, nah, you can't come, okay? You can come to the after party, right? But don't come to the graduation ceremony, right? Just stay home, okay? You don't need to show up. Again, because it leads to this type of stuff. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.